All right, let's get this thing started. Roberta, Chris, Joe, and Costa's on the line. Yeah, you know we're here to blow your mind. Dropping AI theories and tech so brand new. We talk about the future, me and the whole crew. Cracking up and sharing all our crazy views. Heisenberg's got the data, giving all the clues. We talk about the future, me and the whole crew. Cracking up and sharing all our crazy views. Yeah, the future is now. Welcome to the podcast.
War with Iran. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. Super interesting. I mean, we have the government has moved Anthropic's Claude to the side, saying we need your autonomous killing machine. And ChatGPT stepped up and said, "Hold my beer." Sure, I can help you with that. Here's a 5-point war plan to do XYZ. So some great times in AI. Sorry I missed last week, but I guess this is my punishment. Welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody.
Should we restart it? Anyone else want to take it?
Yeah, there is also Roberto, Costa, Joe, and Chris here every
Chris
week.
was waiting to
And
get
it
that
is insane.
off his chest.
I think
been
we are
pens-
becoming
pens up.
superhuman. You know, I saw a friend of mine, incredible. He said something very embarrassing. I have a friend that is an IT consultant, and I needed to pass a domain name to him. He doesn't even know how to fill up a form. I was like shocked, like, oh my God. But at the same time, other friends that are in IT, but they are not so deeply in IT, they are making a beautiful website. So it is the moment when everybody has this tool. And so it's not a skill, technical skill that wins, it's the idea that wins, which is a very powerful moment.
Ooh, hell yeah. Creativity.
Yeah, I mean, every week it's like this last week. I mean, the tool again. I wake up and you guys are posting all these like links to videos and what's happening. I'm like, oh my God, I'm behind again.
Right.
But
I feel it
today-
too.
But today, I just like, for me, if I just focus on the one thing I got to do today, I'm okay. Like today, I created an automation go from like a video link, takes this transcript, creates a post. I set up which creates the image, and then it posts it to go high level and into the calendar, and that was all done today, and it's incredible. It's like
I feel you. Yeah, all the difficult SEO work, I did it in the last week and I already noticed all the differences in, traffic. Insane, like really quick. Just having Claude like audit my websites and everything, even YouTube. Wild, bro.
Mm-hmm.
what
like
did
things-
you do exactly?
Well, obviously you hate Wix. I do too. And there are some things that it doesn't do. Like it's not a website designer, obviously. So it'll get me to like the final stages and then it'll just like stop. It won't publish it. But even then it's like it'll do all the work, but it doesn't give me a great background or anything. But yeah, like all the back end stuff on Wix, any of the complicated stuff on Google, YouTube, when it comes to like renaming things and specific tags, it was taking over. And then it gave me a whole different, what do you call it? Like a game plan, I guess you would call it, for the type of content I should focus on and make and what's actually working. That was really surprising because I was like, okay, UFOs and whistleblowers is my brand or something.
Are you automating that, or do you have to do it by hand still?
It's automated, but I mean, there's only so much you can do. Like I would need to like do it every week, once a week.
What I found very useful with Perplexity is when I am in a website and I have no idea where to find some setting is inside the page and nested in another page like this, I open the website, I open the system, I say, look, I needed the API key, or I needed this setting change. And it knows exactly where it is, which is pretty cool. That speed up very much my time when I usually go lost.
I didn't even know that PCs had a God mode where you just like rename a folder a certain name and it pulls all the settings into that one folder. Y'all heard of that?
No, what is that?
Like every setting that's hard to like find on your entire computer, if you name a folder this one specific name, it consolidates all of those settings so you never have to look for them again. It puts them all into one folder. I was mind blown. I was like,
Windows, Macintosh.
yeah, for
Linux?
Windows.
Windows.
And dude,
is
I
something.
hate Windows with a passion, bro. It's so slow and confusing and
Yeah.
annoying.
Windows is the Epstein Island of IT. I don't go there. You don't
My
want your name to be
God.
associated with it. You know, like
God, dude.
stay far away from Windows. That's my opinion.
What is Mac?
Mac,
What is
joke
Mac
is-
Wow.
Linux?
I don't
The
even
joke
know
is, how can
Windows.
we?
Mac is the only seat in the Vatican.
I've
Oh,
never
they got
even heard
secret
of
too,
PC
bro.
before. I don't even know Windows. I mean, I saw him once.
In terms of and like websites, you know, you're talking about websites, Joe. There's a way to get them really nice. Like, I mean, you have to do the prep work ahead of time, and then it does it one shot. You have all these parameters, and then you have to go massage it. You know, sometimes it does screwy things. You have screenshots and like copy code from other things. Crap load of landing pages for a client because they got
Nice.
and then because the client has WordPress and Elementor, I basically bypassed that and just put the HTML into a page. It looks perfect.
Nice. Yeah, like one example was I told it, go to Wix, change all the settings to Cloudflare, and then move my website over. And it was just manually doing all of it.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's wild. I know. And I mean, it
I
doesn't look
really think the
exactly
idea
the same, but it's there.
Who cares?
I know.
is manually. Manually means done with the hands. And now we had
With AI
even
hands.
exactly AI hands is interesting. This thing because
Think about like
the AI tell me it's too long for me to do it manually. So he wrote the script and he launched another agent to do it. I don't know. It's incredible. Joe, you have a very strong echo. Just letting you know.
You say ankle?
I realized last week that I spent 30 years clicking on things, and now all of a sudden I'm like, how I don't have to click. Hey, update my FreshBooks account with this client, this project, with this 5 hours on this project. Boom, it does it. Like, what else can I connect? I keep thinking like, does this
Right.
have an API? Like, that's my biggest question. Like, what can I hook up?
Right. No, I'm at the point where I actually feel guilt for not utilizing Claude in the downtime. Like, oh, I have credits, so why am I not using it? You know what I mean?
You have credits?
You don't feel
What?
well. I mean, like you don't feel like that about like open AI. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have a limit.
I see the beggar at the traffic light asking for tokens from like the next future. Like, yeah, take is $1 for you. No, I don't want $1. Can you give me tokens for the?
We'll work for tokens.
You know, I made
Dude.
a post on X. AI is the new crack, and it's got like, you know what I mean?
The other problem is I'm kind of spoiled by it already. Where it's like I can make the website just like you, but I don't want to.
Want to?
Chris,
Yeah.
what happened? You're not talking, man.
I'm still here. A little, I'm not talking much because a lot of my work is in organic search and SEO. Here it is. Looks like I'm gonna have to pivot again and find something else to focus on. But that sounds super cool. I'm using it myself, so I can't blame other people. But I think overall, people, they're not lacking the ideas and they'll want to do it, but just the ability to execute. And I think that's the biggest thing that these agents are able to do now is literally just take care of the strategy and the execution.
But honestly, I feel like it makes your job easier. I don't think it makes you like completely irrelevant, you know? Like it gives you another tool to speed up your process and get more clients in a sense.
Absolutely. But it takes a lot of the work out. So if people are, brave enough, if they're willing to risk it and let the agent run their SEO on the website, I guess time will tell based on the rankings if it's effective or not. And is it based on today's SEO practices or is it the 2022 best practices? Knowing that their models lag behind a little bit. But yeah, very, very interesting. I'm still using agents as well, so I can't pretend like, oh, I'm never going to use an agent because I use them all the time. It's a wonderful time saver. They do remind me of like those WordPress plugins, like you mentioned. I was trying to update some domain settings for one of my website clients through Webflow, and one of their tools said, hey, we could just connect to your domain provider and do it for you. And I said, usually I want to do it myself, but in this instance, I knew there were going to be some old MX records or at records that I'd have to try to investigate and test myself. So I said, you know what?
Interesting.
I want to take my hands off of this and move the risk elsewhere. So I let them do it. Nothing is broken yet. So fingers crossed. I think things are
Right.
good on the website.
It's the tedious stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, tracking things down, this one site had a script from a Google that no matter what change I made, it always put the phone number what it wanted it to be. And I'm like, what is that? I was losing my mind trying to find this thing, and finally I just put the link in the thing, and I'm like, what's going on? Find me why this thing keeps going back. And he's found, oh, there's the script. Go find the script that's from Google, Google meta tags or something like this, some sort of. Anyways, and I found it, deleted it, and I put my own script to make sure it holds the number I want. Oh my God.
Battle of the scripts. You're just telling the agent, okay, now I need a special script to override this script.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, just learning how to set up projects is annoying in itself. Like I had to try to make a workflow. Like if you don't code, you're like, what's a GitHub and what do you need to create a project folder for? I was about to send Roberto just can you parse my shit and tell me if it's even good or is this slop? Like am I even doing this correctly, you know?
Yeah, I had to get GitHub. I got GitHub for the first time in my life. And now I got that goes to Netlify. So I could push sites. I mean, in my life, I was manually dragging things. I mean, where have I been my whole life? You know, it's really it's a mind bender to think all these things, I've done this for years, and all of a sudden these tools. I felt like a dummy, but you know what? I was married to the idea that I was doing the work by hand, like a craftsman. That I was really married to that, and so to divorce myself from that idea, it's kind of like a you have
Craft
to
is
go
your
through.
brain, bro.
You have to die to this old self kind of thing. You have to let go of the old self and embrace this new tool.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because in the past you will say there is no more Instagram and girls are no more models suddenly, no filters, you're not a model. And I think now Anthropic went down for a few hours yesterday and suddenly nobody's a developer anymore. It is the equivalent of
Dude,
this
what do y'all think?
enhancing.
What do you think about the fact that software jobs are still appearing even more so? Like they think that the vibe coders are taking, a little weight off their shoulders, but you would think that there would be less jobs if people can all vibe
But
code.
there are less jobs. There are drastically less jobs.
But for
Company
software
are
engineering.
firing. Yeah. For software engineering, they're firing in block. It's insane the quantity of people that is losing their job in this industry. I know it for tourism because I receive 20 messages per day in LinkedIn of people asking me if I have a job for them compared to the one
Damn.
per day in the past. So it's really bad. But
Damn.
Dorsey was the guy that created Twitter, just left half of the people home and he blamed it on AI.
Yeah. Dorsey, I didn't even realize until
Dorsey.
recently he owns a few companies. I don't think I knew he ran Block, Cash App. I didn't realize that.
When you're in the position, it's easy to do things. You're a friend of the friends and boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, there's quite a few that start one and they dive into another and they become known for a more popular for a specific one. You don't realize, oh wow, Musk had PayPal too. Like that was his thing. Not many people realize that.
It was collects.
And
No,
dude,
but
that
I
ties
agree
into
with the process
SEO as
where-
well.
Yeah, we have to divorce ourselves from that old process, similar to how many guys in an auto body shop prefer to turn the wrench and I don't want no pneumatic tools. I want the iron in my hands. That's how I know I'm tightening it right. But then you have people who are using these tools that make the job a hell of a lot easier. You're able to get more done in half the time. This is the new evolution.
I recall when people were Googling their sickness to find a solution, Google image, I have this rash on my skin, what they should do. And all the people working in the health industry were insulting these people. So, you went to Dr. Google. But you know what? Now, it is actually even better on one side and is happening to so many other industry because the lawyer will say what you ask ChatGPT rather than coming to me. Obviously they gonna make it look like ChatGPT is worse in legal aspects rather than, doctor who say that AI is no good to look at the. There is going to be a moment that they need to give up in this thing. I think that what is going to remain are where there is physical work, like a mechanic that fixes your car. Unless all car going to be electric, but remotely controlled with software. But
Well,
is going to have a job, massage parlor, like the hairdresser that cuts your hair, hardly replaceable. And if it was a robot moving scissor, I wouldn't go there anyway. I prefer a human.
I have two comments on that. One, I saw that one of the, if not the main car manufacturer for parts is like shutting down and already like being parsed out. And I was like, oh, great. They're about to force us to try to buy new vehicles. That's what's coming next. And then my other thought, right, you're talking about OpenAI. Okay, so their agreement was basically you need to have a fall guy, basically. If you're going to use this for war purposes, who are we going to blame? So why does it feel like we don't trust that? Like, why does it feel like they're going to outsource the blame to like a robot or some shit? That's the only reason it feels so sketchy. Like, okay, why do we not trust blame either?
Yeah, you
'Cause
can't put
nobody
an
ever gets
algorithm on
punished.
trial or send them to jail.
Right. Scary shit.
Yeah, because mistakes were made. If you say mistakes were made, there's nobody to blame.
Not that
Unless
they're
we're gonna
accountable now.
discover the day that we discover the AI is sentient, that it has a feeling of itself, then you can put it in prison. Like to the
How do you
sent
how
to
do you
do
do
the
that?
work.
Do you cut off the internet connection? Do you take the server and move it into a cell? How does that work, man?
Exactly, correct.
Do you power it up?
Wow.
Is it
You
powered down?
disconnect the internet, I guess. That would be the worst.
You load it up on a USB drive and throw it in the box.
And then you
I know.
you check on it. You have to go in the cell and make sure it's not connected.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yes, one of those devices.
Yeah, dude, explain
One
it.
of these.
Teach
This is
us.
amazing, guys.
I
This
don't
is
know.
Tell us about
another
that.
things that. Okay, so I have a strong passion for low-level coding. Low-level coding means coding that is close to the processor, like assembly or a compiled C, etc., etc. Because I believe that it's respectful not to waste the computer, which is electricity, and to make efficient and scalable. And this leads also to the fact that small devices like IoT devices require coding that is done at low level in C, etc., right? But we arrive to the point that this is a USB drive that could be the classic memory card. I don't know, whatever it is. Doesn't even open, but okay, so you got it. Practically, is a full computer. This is a color display, okay? And it has Wi-Fi, 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. It has Bluetooth, so you can connect the keyboard. You can, you can see things, and and this is like $12, $13. So it's extremely cheap, and you can do that whatever because once you connect it, you can program it. It doesn't need to be plugged in the computer. It can be plugged in a power bank, like wherever there is electricity. So you only need electricity. And you connect to the Wi-Fi and you can use it to do the whatever. You can. And before coding, this thing was very complicated. But now, thanks to AI, you can really custom code what you want in one of these things. It's just a matter of fantasy. So I ordered a bag full of these things because I'm sure something very funny is gonna come out. Like you wanna see your bank account balance growing, you put it there. Like whatever as an API that can collect information, whatever you wanna do. Even I have a function that can work on its own. So this is a very interesting tool that.
Where do you get those?
From people that sell them. Look, this is.
Nailed it.
This is the brand Lil Wygo, LilYgo. Now with the tariff that your president has put, probably is $250 in the US. But in the rest of the world, no.
That's $250.
Oh, this is $12, $13. I said to import it, and it wasn't opening because they had the plastic in front of the monitor. So let's see if I take one.
I have a feeling those can be used for nefarious reasons. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah. you can code some software that does some malicious stuff, and then you plug it in, connect it to the.
You know what I was thinking? I go on the treadmill every morning and there's a USB port, and I was wondering if I could mess with it. I'm just, that's the first thing I thought.
Right. No, but the cool thing that this is a power bank, right? So is one big one for self-defense as well. And pretty much you only need electricity, so it doesn't need the USB because it's talking with the computer in the USB. It's just the computer on its own. Yeah, it's just need of electricity. So this thing is pretty cool, and I want to hear ideas on what cool stuff can be done with something like this. And maybe next week I come back with the things that is programmed. Some programmed. For the same amount of money, you leave it at $20, $30. They sell watches identical to the Apple Watch. You can code, or they sell like cell phone that is perfectly a cell phone, but is white, just for you to code what you want inside. And
Can you take over the
pretty cool.
drones like in Iran?
If you can code that, good luck. Mostly to plug in the USB in the drone while it's flying.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I'm very excited because it took a month to arrive, so I arrived yesterday.
One of the things.
No, that's awesome. Roberto's always bringing us really cool, awesome gadgets and ideas, and then he's like, "All right, I showed you. Now you guys monetize it. Give me a good idea. How do we use this?"
Or like he dangles things in front of us, and then he waits till like all week he's like, haha, like we're posting on Signal, like I did this, I did that, like, and he's like, oh, I think it's funny, dude. He
It's
just
great.
set us on fire, and we're just like blowing our minds out, dude.
There are some amazing things happening. It's so exciting. I cannot sleep. It's like now 36 hours I'm in front of the computer. It's harder to say. I feel guilty to go in bed and sleep because I'm not using the
Wow.
time, and that
It's
is
the most
precious
relatable shit
now.
I've heard in a while.
Dude,
Very
I'm the same
relatable.
way, dude. I got like 2-3 hours of sleep last night. I get up, I'm like, I gotta go.
My goodness, I think I'm the opposite. I think I'm preferring to stay in a dark hole and just I don't want to see the outside. Like everything's moving too fast. I'm getting motion sickness here.
Bro, that's how I felt when AI started to launch and there was new shit every week. That's how I really felt. Like a new tool, a new site, another model. I'm like, fuck that. But now it's
Yeah.
like, dude, co-work, just knowing that you can be your own developer is like enough to keep you up. You're like, oh man, I gotta get ahead. That's how it feels.
You know those people that try one thing, they are unhappy, they don't go back because they already had their impression. I think those is going to be a lot of population that try AI too early. It made a disaster of a website, it broke things down, and they said, no good. They don't realize that the next week it was like super powerful. And, being there and surfing the wave is the golden things that somebody can do now, because what disappoints you today, tomorrow morning is going to make you super excited.
Yeah,
You're so right.
notice
Go
that
for it.
too. Is like as I'm working the tools, it's almost like all of a sudden, like I can do more things. There's something happens, like I'm not even trying, but it happens in the background. Was like all of a sudden it's doing more, and like I tried to do a bunch of things at the beginning of the week or last week that failed, and then I realized like I just kept doing it, and I'm doing other things, and all of a sudden at the end of the week, literally like I got what I wanted, but not in the path that I thought I started with. It was like a different path. It was like, this is how you do it. Like, and I almost didn't even try. It just like kind of occurred. But
I think we become better on one side, and the AI become 10 times better on the other. I started an application for my wife, but I can resell as a software as a service. And it was a fight. It was complex because even though it's a very complex application, so at a certain point I got tired. I left it there. Now it's 2 weeks that I'm not touching it. And I have the knowledge that as soon as I go back to it in 3 seconds, it's completed, because in these 2 weeks, AI increased the capacity of doing things tenfold in 2 weeks. Like before I knew for the state of AI that it was, I had to fight and sweat to fix a lot of things. Today, I know that it's going to be like 10 times easier than it was going to be before.
First of all, how do you think companies that own these AI models feel whenever a new one launches and it's better or like more dense or more more condensed with like knowledge. Like it knows more than their own model. Like that's got to be super intimidating, right? They're like, all right, we got to roll a feature out. We got to act like we're still here. And then the other thing I was going to say was I saw a tweet the other day that was like, someone was fighting saying, I can't believe you use AI. It's known to lie about everything. And I was like, have you used it in the last 2 years, bro? Like,
Have,
I
have
get
you
that it
used it in the
hallucinated.
last? Have you used it in the last week or the last?
Exactly.
I mean, like, dude,
Last
I
3
don't.
hours.
I know it's like I don't even like. Okay, so when ChatGPT first came out, I started using it, and I've been using it for years. I don't know, 3 or 4 years, solid. Like, I don't even go to ChatGPT anymore. Like, I don't have the conversations I used to have with it. I don't have those conversations at all. Now it's like building stuff. Hey, like Joe said, Claude, dry my shit. Like basically,
For those that are watching and they don't know, Costas dropped water on his computer and he was quite desperate. And Joe made a comment, dry my shit or whatever it was, Claude dry my shit. That's pretty cool because
Claude, dry my shit.
that goes to the point that what AI cannot do at the moment. It cannot dry your broken computer.
wait till next week. It could probably dry my shit. I mean, I don't know.
It's gonna pull out little towels and arms and just start doing shit. They're wiping your computer.
Okay, like
down.
one project I want to do for this thing, for example, or equivalent of this, is attach, because you can see here on the side there is a small port. And this is one of many. Can you see the port? One of many. And you can
Is that a
attach
micro?
sensors. Okay. So you can say which is the temperature in the room, the humidity, if it's raining, if it's wet, And I would like to start giving AI the feeling of being present.
Wow.
Okay, so these things with the robot probably or whatever can get as input the situation in the room. Right, it's loud. There's loud music. It's silent. There is a lot of light. It's dark. It's hot. It's cold. It's noise, and this should add to the personality of the AI in the moment that you interact with that. Also telling you, like whatever. So this can be, for example, an interesting use. This, how much money will sell something like this thing, and you sell it as make your AI present in the room with you. Wherever you go, plug this in,
You know what
and
it
then start
feels
using
like?
the AI.
You know what it feels like? It feels like when I used to root phones and sell them on eBay. That's what it seems like you're doing. I'm so
You know,
serious. Like,
you know what you could do? Like that watch, so you have the watch and it has all the data that it collects from you, the heartbeat and all the stuff that your
Okay.
body. And so you feed that into the AI so it knows you. Like so as you're working with it, it has a sense of how you're feeling or like you're excited about something. It's like, oh, he's excited. This is like it takes that as a sensory input to help it. Like instead of talking to it or typing, it also takes your body so he understands where you're at physically. I mean, that's a whole nother, I don't know.
That's something cool. It reminds me of I was in Las Vegas. There was Comdex. Comdex is a big expo for computer or any sort of things. And because they are very clean, all the adult aspects, so all the adult website and stuff, it was in a separate expo on the other side of the road because they didn't want to mix up. And once you were there, the ticket gave you a discount to go visit. So we went with a friend to visit this thing. And there was a lot of strange stuff. But one interesting thing that was considered was like 30 years ago, that you can have remotely a relationship, a sexual relationship with somebody else. And there was this explanation that there was a computer and there was a control, and you will increase the intensity of this thing, And there was nobody there. And my friend approached, and there were one girl talking with somebody was sitting on the back of the seat. It goes from 0 to 100, and this girl jumped on the chair because she was the remote. Probably this thing that they sell a lot, connected with AI, can give you a full experience with AI, meaning that you bring not only the communication verbal, but also physical.
Jesus.
Did you say there's sensors inside that device similar to like a cell phone?
No, you can connect. You can
She
connect
is
to
the
it. Yeah.
device.
Exactly.
That's
Interesting.
So
crazy.
you're saying we can put Claude inside of a doll, like the I don't want to say sex doll, but a doll that has sensors. So she's sitting next to you, so you're having
You
like a
punch it.
conversation where she's building stuff, or you know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah.
Calling it
Exactly.
Claw is wild. Keep calling it Claw. Let's do it.
No, it's Claudette.
It's Claudia.
Claudia.
Present Claw.
Isn't Claude?
I got some ideas. They're not good, but if they
Gasm
do have the
Claw.
sensors inside them, okay, what if we make it the ultimate amazing MP3 player? Okay, right? So it adapts to your surroundings. If you're in a happy mood, it'll give you happy. If it's sad, it'll give you sad music. It can also synchronize to your walking, and it'll pick the right song based on the beats per minute. So you
Wow.
can
They're
you
already
can walk,
there.
and
Picking up
then
on your brainwaves and your mood.
and then you can take it a step further, and you could have the AI on the fly create a song about the situation that you're in, almost like we do in our
Jesus
head, like, I'm
Christ.
picking up my phone and I'm gonna call my friend.
That's like you're walking around with theme music at that point. You literally
Yeah.
got theme music as you live your life. Jesus.
What
Like
it is,
My
hold-
soundtrack.
real world RPG at that point.
Mm-hmm.
it's actually like doing like a play-by-play, like an announcer,
He reaches for
like
his
a
cup.
horse race. So like he's announcing and he's going down the street. And
No,
That'd be
that's
great.
fantastic. Can you need somebody to do like the soccer game when they comment the commenter of what you're doing, like something like this, and
it could be
roasting
in
you.
any
Jeez.
genre. So it can be like a mystery, like, oh, and he's walking and it's dark night. He looks over at the person at the mall. Like it's like it could be different genres. It could be like mystery, horror. So dude, imagine
God
having
mode.
this thing, dude. When you're going to like haunted houses, and now you have this thing that's like narrating what's happening in a world. One man going through a house. Like an epic movie voice.
I love it.
Narrating your life. That's
Sounds
cool.
super
I'll get to
awesome.
work on it. I'll get to work on it right now.
No, that's my idea.
Right, the Fourturama in action.
It's funny how
Yeah.
the first project you started, Roberta, was the bubbles and the things we were doing. Like we've come such a long way since then. You know what I mean? It's like
Exactly. It sounds lame, but if you think about it, it's such a lame thing that we did, and yet it was amazing 3 weeks ago when we did it.
it's 3 weeks ago or something.
Whatever it was, yes,
Holy
3-4 weeks
crap.
ago.
Crap. That's such a good point. Anybody adding bubbles? Anyone still logging into Vibe?
And I never checked it anymore. I wonder if maybe it become viral
That's
with
hilarious.
millions of people.
I ain't got time for that.
Hey, my question here. I got a question here. Supreme Court said AI art cannot be copyrighted. Any thoughts on that? Is this about to open floodgates for infinite free content that nobody owns?
This sounds like made in Italy. You do 95% in China, arrive in Italy, you sew one button to it, and then it's made in Italy. So is the art made by AI?
Shit.
In the moment that it's finished, I add, like, here's the song meh at the end, and then is my piece, because I use AI just as an helper. How you
What they're
qualify
gonna
the
do-
quantity.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna put all the servers in Italy, so everything's made in Italy. So it'll be like,
Or you
Dude,
just
what
go
about-
to China and name a town Italy, and so you say it's made in Italy, and then you're
Find a loophole.
But
Aren't they
yeah,
trying
no,
to roll out
there's a
age
point.
verification for Linux in California? Did you see that?
For what?
For software, Linux. Am I saying it wrong? Linux? Hold on. I want
Linux?
to make sure I'm.
Linux, the operating system, Linux as an age. What?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
age verification for Linux. Now, personally, I haven't heard it for Linux, but I've heard it for Discord and many other services. They're trying to
Yeah,
get us to
that makes
verify
sense.
ourselves online, so they know who to attach a profile to, all in the name of safety and security for
Right,
our
obviously.
children.
Shit.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, tell them, man. Tell them.
Yeah, that is right. So, yeah, everybody's like making jokes about it. Like, yeah, that's impossible. How are you going to do that? Do they even understand what they're doing? Like, that's
Somebody
basically
was
the gist.
commenting that they say, we put they ask the age, so they say it's 18, so we allow them use it. That comes out as an underage kid. But if your defense is thinking that he's not going to lie about his age, then what kind of defense is you cannot rely on that.
And that's why they're
there
trying
are
to
some
use
stuff.
third parties to verify an actual government ID. They're requiring you to upload an ID or do a face scan. Now, what's crazy is that a lot of these Discord users have accounts that are older than 18 years already. So just by the fact that you have an account made from 18 years ago, obviously you have to be older than what their age is claiming to be.
Right.
What
Here
what
it is.
what
That
would
would be
it
a
look
good
found it.
commerce. Sell you my account that is 50 years
what would it
old.
look like if you started like Joe, like create an LLC, but the owner is your agent, like you know what I mean? So he's logging in for you.
And in
Well,
case
Like
of
what's
your,
going to
your
be
AI
bankruptcy,
agent?
the first state that claims AI or human? Then you can probably do it. I can see it. But
so
California passed
if
the
you save
digital
a model,
age. Now go ahead.
if you save a model in a drive and you travel with it, does he need a passport on his own to enter another country?
Yeah, once
Shit.
you add an LLC to it, they're officially a person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's why
I'm
I
a
keep my business paperwork
corporation.
in my glove box. I can always take the carpool lane, no problems. I got my
Wow.
LLC.
Is that one physical persona and one legal persona? Is two of
I
us.
am not a human under corporate laws.
You know something crazy. You say that the people has the capacity to invent their own jobs. In Indonesia, in Jakarta, the big city, but also in other big cities, to regulate traffic, they make exactly what is the pull lane, but there are just roads you cannot take unless it's three of you in the car. So if you're alone, you
Carpool.
need to go the big round. And at the beginning of the road, there is people that you pay, that is sit in the car with you. And they do the whole road, they arrive on the other end, they get out, and then they gonna get paid by somebody going the other direction. So their
Interesting.
job is being a passenger to be compliant with the minimum amount of passengers in the car.
I meet so
Genius.
many people. I love my job.
It happened
Insane.
in India. It happened where they're paying people to capture cobras, and then it became a business where they're like,
I
they
mean,
were like growing cobras to sell them to make money. So
Damn.
they stop paying and it's covered everywhere.
so yeah, sometimes
What the hell?
you do something that, or like in New York, like they're paying people $30-40 to shovel snow, and you see a bunch of like 10 people in a corner shoveling snow like from from one side to another. It's so dumb.
So just to finish off my comment here, it was signed in October 2025, takes effect January 1st, 2027. And I thought it was just Linux, Windows, Mac OS, Android, iOS. So every operating system must ask for users' age during setup. That's wild, dude.
No, this is
And
insane.
if you ignore it, you get fined. It's crazy.
Is this in California only?
This is California. I was
Yeah.
thinking exactly so.
Yep.
And who gets fined? Is it the user or is it the operating system and the software?
Pretty sure it's not the user.
Well, what's
Yeah,
good?
it's
I
sure
mean,
it will
not the
be.
user.
if it's just California, what's happening? I mean, here's what happens: is California does all these laws, and they're going to tax the rich. Okay, the rich leave. Like it's like what happens when you do that? What like literally what happens to it? Okay, if the software companies get fined who are in California for not doing this, what's going to happen? They're just going to leave, go somewhere else, Nevada, Texas, Florida. You know what I mean? It's going to
I
get
think
worse.
they can enforce their law. So if you want to sell your operating system in California, then you need to have this thing, else you cannot sell in California. Doesn't matter where you are as a company. Like the GDPR for Europe. If you want your website to work in Europe, you need to add that thing and see. But the operating system is telling us that the people age is insane. Because slowly they're gonna go into the hardware as well.
I mean, what within a regular operating system would be gatekept by age verification? What piece of
The setup, the full setup, I guess.
well, yeah, but I'm asking what specific function or functionality about any of those systems could be,
Well, don't
The
visit
operating
adult
system
sites.
on its own not much. Maybe you can copy, you cannot paste. But when you visit a website or you do install a certain application, those can match the age with the operating system. So the point is quite crazy because in a house, one computer is used by 5 people. So, you
Bro,
need
I
to do it
remember
by
making a
account.
Facebook account when I was 14. Like it's never been a problem,
Lucky us. Now kids have hard time to do those things. It's funny because you're pushing kids to learn counterfeiting, to learn to lie on those things. How can you remove the access to social media to a 14 years old? That's where his world is, his friends around there, and yet
And
all the
my
10 years
first
more.
photo my first photo was I was riding next to Lance Armstrong at the Wax Museum. I still remember.
Facebook post.
Mm-hmm. And I guess my question,
It's just going to cause kids to learn how to code, and use the tools that we have to get around that stuff.
That'd be hilarious.
Somebody used AI to make a new operating system in a very short time. So I was thinking that's come close to code things for this thing. There is no operating system, or there is a basic, processor with some
Dude,
basic stuff.
first two things reminded me of the news. Okay, AIs are having babies, like the language models are having babies and then forming a new AI. And then the other thing is, which that was a joke we made, by the way, in a previous episode. Now it happened. And then the other thing is Manus and Meta. Basically, Meta is having AI run their ads now. So that's kind of interesting. Those are big updates in
and
the world.
all the advertisers are complaining. They're like, what the heck
Exactly.
happened? I don't know what
Yes.
happened the last week. I used to have
Yep.
great targeting and now the sales are gone. And they're like, well, yeah, now they're forcing you into Meta AI.
That is crazy. What are the implications of that?
It doesn't happen in Indonesia. What is happening with the ads?
Is there no way to customize it, or do you have to deal with the AI?
For certain ad parameters, you're forced to use the AI algorithm. It used to be, try our Advantage Plus placement. This will, get
For
seen
the
on more websites.
targeting.
But similar to the way Google, Meta, they're always finding ways to. I feel like they're optimizing. How much are you willing to pay for this conversion until it's not worth it to you anymore? So they're trying to scrape a little extra from everybody here.
It's
valuable data,
ads in
though.
Facebook,
That is really
unless you do it well, is a scam. If you just leave it a little bit generic, you're gonna find thousands of clicks from countries that have nothing to do. And there is, even if you do the pixel, they lie on that because they put check on the website on actual visits.
Every
They
3
claim
months, I'm
people
getting a new
click,
class action update.
right? They claim that people click on the button to visit. The pixel claim you got the visit, but another check in the website shows that there is no visit. So they're blatantly lying on the number. And
What if-
I wonder why nobody ever take them to court properly.
Here's the thought: what if you could use agents to bypass the advertising aid, like to bypass Facebook, to bypass all these guys by doing it yourself? Like if we're all doing it ourselves now, what stops? Somebody made an operating system. We're making all kinds of interesting things. Why not figure out a way to advertise or to connect to people that are your clients?
Each human in planet Earth to make his own social network and he's the only user in it. There are 7 billion social networks, a clone of Facebook. Each one has one user, which is the person that made it. And everybody's feeling very alone.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how many people have tried to make another Facebook? Probably a lot.
The guy that made Telegram did the equivalent of Facebook for Russia, which was called VKontakte, and he sold it for
VK,
good
right?
money. Exactly. Practically,
I have
at the
one.
beginning, Facebook has been hacked and the source code downloaded. I have a copy of the first version of Facebook. And that's what has been used to make VKontakte.
And that's the version most people want. Everyone's complaining about the newest update. I don't see posts from friends
if you look at the
anymore.
first Facebook, was horrible compared to now. It was
Dude,
really
what I hate about Facebook is everything's a notification. Like shit that's not relevant, that doesn't matter. It's like, I don't even need this dopamine, bro. I'm just not going to use your website. Just tell me the truth.
Even LinkedIn is doing it now. It used to be like someone followed you or someone interesting viewed your profile. Now it's telling me about someone I don't know who scored a 30 out of 100 on some word Scrabble game. What are you
LinkedIn,
doing?
this is so sad.
My
This is so
goodness,
sad.
what is going on?
Costas called
Well,
it
maybe-
last week. And you're like, we were talking about how LinkedIn became pretentious and stuff. Like he
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
what did you say? You're like, a hangnail just learned about leadership or something.
yeah,
What
yeah.
was it?
I broke a hangnail. This is what I learned about business.
Exactly. People post the most insane things.
Okay, I mean, you mentioned LinkedIn. I was going to say something about LinkedIn. Yeah, notifications. I mean, LinkedIn is somebody viewed your profile. It's all grayed out now. Like unless you pay or like everything's grayed out now. Somebody viewed your profile. Somebody from
Such and such company.
such and such company or a headhunter or something is looking at your profile. Ooh, and you get all
Bro.
excited, and so you want to know. Like if you're looking for a job, it's horrible.
Dude, they're treating it like
to
it's a
get that. So
dating app.
Say what?
They're treating it like it's a dating app.
Right.
Well, at least with a dating app, there's a happy ending. You know what I mean? There's nothing going on, and it's through LinkedIn. Dude.
Shit.
I'm
Dude,
sorry,
dating
that
apps
doesn't
are
sound like
crazy
a real
too.
user.
Now, you know what we do? Tinder, but for work. So if you want to work, there is all the company, and you go left, right until there is a match. On the other side, the human resources of the company has all the candidates. They go ugly face, ugly face. Good, like this. And if
To
there
the
is a
right
match
means
between
interview is
company and
scheduled,
candidate-
interview scheduled.
Exactly. Correct.
After a while, it's going to be like, okay, the having to be 6 foot or put it in your profile is going to be the same as having
my
to post a
God.
salary requirement. Okay, if you don't even post your salary, I'm not even going to swipe right on you. So yeah,
Exactly. Correct.
sure.
Your
it's got
boss is
something.
only hiring hot people. Yeah.
Exactly. They obviously
person-
remind me that the human resources that a pile like this of a CV on the table, take half of them and throw them on the trash. The other guy says, "What you doing?" I don't like to hire unlucky people, so only the lucky people don't have be the one.
Wow.
The rest goes in
Just by chance. My goodness.
You know,
I want to expand
I
on
realized.
Costas. What?
Nah, go for it. It's not even important.
It was a little bit earlier. Costas talking about how maybe an AI agent could do the marketing for you. How could you reach that audience? And I started thinking about this dystopian future where, okay, let's say you're walking down the street, okay, suddenly a little paper airplane falls off from somewhere and hits you, and you open it up. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Or you're walking down the street and there's like maybe a freaking water puddle spells out a certain company name, like grab a Coke, grab a Coca-Cola. Like, oh wow, okay. So now you got all these different environmental other factors that
Jesus.
suddenly it's taken over trying to send you a message. That would be the
Look.
creepiest, coolest thing ever.
We should
Harry
do an
Potter
experiment. Sending faxes to company. We send a fax to company with a message. Is they gonna be like showing it to everybody? I think because nobody does it anymore. Like for New Year's and Christmas, for many years until recently, I sent postcard, actual physical postcard with a stamp and written by hand. And when I went to visit my friends in Italy, like this, in the refrigerator, nothing but just my postcard. So you're the only one that sent us a card.
Well, that's like, I mean, okay, so there's this, how like AI hires people to do physical things, right? So
Right.
if you're doing a marketing campaign, right, you connect it to this app that hires people to deliver messages to certain people, to packages, or like tell them something. Hey, man, so is trying to reach you. He's a great, he's whatever. Like using people to market, to actually physically go and talk to people.
That exists already, but it's very secretive. They find ways to bring up certain brands in certain situations naturally.
Nice.
So it's there.
So you thought it was a random chat, is actually somebody injecting in your brain some seeds of
Dude,
yachts.
you made me think about how. Go for it. Finish it.
It's called 5G.
They're already in our brains.
Is
Now,
it
you made me
pigeons?
think about
Pigeons.
when you said faxing, Walmart, when I worked there, when you leave like for holidays, they have you unplug everything from the walls because they don't want to get hacked, right? Well, the first day I started, they got hacked. And apparently
Yeah.
somebody had like basically like taken them for ransom and was like, if you don't pay us, we're not going to give you the access back. So they had to remake the entire employee schedules like from scratch, the software all over again, just because they wouldn't
Wow.
pay out. I was like, wow.
They did a
And I
good
bet you're
thing.
not
I
going to
wouldn't
report
pay.
that. You're not going to report that to your investors either, I'm sure.
See, there is a master class that teach you how to make backups. And then there is the ransomware that teach how to make backups as well, you know. So you choose which one is cheaper, you know, like it's
Yes.
classic of people to act after the fact. They break in your house and steal everything, and then you buy a new door or a security system, or install the alarm, you know, after they already stole everything.
Wow.
People doesn't do that
Damn.
before.
The fax idea. I'm thinking we should get an agent to find faxes of companies and send the messages, or my resume,
Right.
or recipes, or interesting things, or ASCII
No.
art. Remember that?
Yo,
ASCII art inside the fax, that's the top thing you can do, you know, like
dude, I'd be like, hey, check out our podcast. Will you sponsor it? And it's like a happy face on it.
I would want to expand on the idea of a cat fax. So this used to be like you would sign up a friend of yours to a text messaging number, and it would send you a daily fact about cats. But now let's take it to the fax machine. Let's go beyond. Let's go beyond just
Wow.
traditional cat fax.
Dude, what if it was a fax about how that company's perceived? Like, here's a new fact that you didn't know about, you know, rumors about your company. Just every day is a new one.
John from accounting wishes you the worst. He quits in 2
something
weeks.
you didn't know about fax machine. Nobody use them anymore. Throw it away.
Wow. Yo, I think there is something to tap into there, though.
There's
Just
a
'cause
lady,
nobody uses
there's a-
it.
There's a lady in Texas, I think. She has a business and she gets paid to write letters by hand.
Mm-hmm.
So
There you go. Because people
I'm
don't
gonna
know
ask
how
AI
to write
now.
by hand anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But in the past, when people were illiterate, they cannot read and write. It was a job. You go to this person and you dictate the letter you want to send to somebody. They also do the proof grammar to make sure is everything okay. Even if you speak dialect, they will write in the correct language. Probably we're gonna go back to these jobs. We can make an agent that do that though.
Wow.
we're trying to
AI
take
called
the-
fax machines the cockroach of office technology.
it'd be
Roberto, what
funny
if
to
we-
create a fax list. So instead of an email list, it's a fax list. So you have the list of all the faxes, and you can send messages out
Wow.
whenever you want, and you can't opt out. That's the beautiful thing about a fax. There's no opt-in.
It just automatically prints or you receive it.
Yeah.
Just
You remember
Man.
in the
sending
past you
them
switch,
black
you go to the
squares
office,
to use their ink.
his voice. If you hear somebody sending a fax when you answer, because you answer, you go beep, then you switch and it goes to the fax machine. So it's one phone line. And then when it's night, rather than your voicemail, it will switch to fax machine. So all night the phone number was fax machine. And they were intercepted. I work with law enforcement, right? So they were recording. They record the phone line 24 hours a day. So you hear people talking during the day, and then you hear faxes sent during the night. And I managed to make the sound of the fax rebuild the fax. So if you intercept a phone call where there is a fax that is being sent over, you can take it and connect it with something that adjusts a little bit the handshake, and you can print it out in another fax machine. So you can actually extract what message was sent via fax to the other part.
Dude, I got
Now
it. You
it's
ready for it?
useless.
I got it. AI agents start faxing each other to avoid humans reading their chats.
Or they even better, like they send the messages in that tone instead of it's
That's what they know.
yeah.
The gibberlish, what it was called.
0100111.
Can you imagine? With the
Wow.
voice, they send 0110.
Dude, my favorite
But in
part is when I
German,
asked the
not to do it.
question, AI said humanity would deserve the timeline, honestly.
Nah.
Like to bring it back, that's hilarious. We deserve it.
Okay, so our own work is to send the fax to a company, and then next week come back and say the experience, what would happen with the fax that we sent out.
I'm just gonna send a picture of a dinosaur.
The
I'm just
one,
gonna
the one
send-
from Chrome, the one in Chrome that jumped the.
Jumping
You
on
ever
the
play
send a
the
bunch of
game
grant
in Chrome?
requests. Send me money. Did you see how somebody invented an automated AI that was just sending fake
Invoices around.
fake invoices, and companies were just paying them? They already had over 1 million.
Yeah.
They were close to 50,000 invoices.
Is that legal?
No,
I mean,
obviously.
they paid them.
In fact, there is the
Is accepting
conversation
money legal?
there was a screenshot of the conversation in WhatsApp with the agent, and the agent says, already sent 50,000 fraudulent invoice. And the guy says, don't call it. We said we should not call it fraudulent. And then
Yeah,
Facebook were like,
yeah.
yes, with the experiment invoices.
That's actually agent. So I was doing this thing today, and sometimes it just like goes and it does the whole thing, and you get to the end of it. It's like, it's not what I wanted, So it's a little. I mean, it's a little dangerous when you set this thing loose and you don't say, "Hey, stop," or "Let me check your work," or just goes all through and it does the thing. Dude.
You know that you can talk while it's working with Cloud Code. So even if he's processing something, you can inject a message and he's gonna read it while it's working, and then you can divert it. No,
I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've done that. I trust my agents.
But this is Cloud
I
Code,
trust
not
my
a normal
robots.
cloud.
My robots are pretty loyal, guys. I don't know about yours.
I don't know. My agent got a little pissy with me a couple of weeks ago.
What happened?
It shut down. So
What'd you do?
I'm in the middle of doing some copyright.
You always get pushback. That's hilarious.
I always get pushback, yeah. But I sweet talk him a little bit, but that's my mistake. I go a little too hard on him right away. But yeah, basically it was giving me some copy, and I was like, hey, I just said, hey, this is a bit wordy. Can you shorten it? And suddenly it was like, error, we cannot process your request. And I was like, man, really? So then I asked him, I was
Roberto's
like, hey,
the king at sweet talking.
Yeah, and then it worked just fine. But yeah, don't you have to be nice to your AI.
Absolutely.
Bunch
now
of
he
please
has
and thank
memory
yous.
too. They released it a few days ago, and pretty much all the models, not only Claude, it keeps saving and refreshing the memory on things going on, so you cannot even lie about the past anymore. Because it says, what you said, I told you before. No, you didn't. No, I look.
But all the times it hallucinates. I mean, I'm sure it would make up something believable enough. Like I could have said something like that. That sounds like me, and it's just going to interject it into some past fake history.
Here's a good question. Do you think there's going to be a moment where OpenAI is like, we've just condensed all your chats into one memory? Just ask anything. We have it all saved. Like everything is just one memory.
They show how you can download all the knowledge of ChatGPT about you and re-upload it in another model.
But
yeah,
do you really want
easy
that?
to migrate from one to another.
Do you really
want that though? You know what I mean? It's like, I mean,
it's a hard look in the mirror.
No, but you're having different conversations on ChatGPT, and now you're having different conversations, with Cloud Code. You know what I mean? So it's not the same. You're not having the same conversations anymore. Now
you don't want your girlfriends to know about each other, is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't want it to because then it'll treat me differently. Like I want to start a fresh relationship, basically.
Wow.
Right. And this is all business. I don't want to do feelings. I don't want to talk about myself. I want to build shit. Like I don't want to talk about anything like that.
I've been burned by too many AI girls. I don't talk feelings anymore. We're just straight to business. Just take the panties off, AI. Just take them off.
I bet you say that to all your other GPTs. No, honey, just you. Well, based on your history, actually.
But you know what's going to happen?
Wow.
But here's what's going to happen. We're still going to be so interconnected that we won't even have to. The one I'm using today is going to like the GPT is going to like talk to my current girl. You know what I mean? She's like, what he used to say to me, blah blah blah, and they used to basically they'll talk about you behind your back.
The fact that Perplexity can't already just have all your chats into one, if you're using all the models into one AI, you should be able to grab memory from all of them too. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, the memory is separated. The memory is what model loads when they start working. So it's not model connected. The memory is...
We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. Next week, next week they'll figure it out. They'll listen to it.
And what's so crazy?
We should do that.
You know what's crazy? I've definitely put on my schedule a few times go through your chats just because there's so much shit that I have forgotten about that I'll probably be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that idea or that plan, or I was working on something and got sidetracked.
With the OpenClaw, I have I call her Kaya Capodici. She has her own email address. You wanna write to her is kaya@capodici.com. She has her own
Like
phone
Trump's
number with her own
granddaughter?
WhatsApp.
Like Trump's
Oh,
granddaughter?
she's called Kaya? I have no idea, but I guess. And pretty much, if I have an idea that comes to mind, I take Telegram voice message, says, "Oh, I want to do this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing," and maybe ask me more details, and then it's save between the things I want to do, but help me to focus on one thing per day without, overwhelming myself.
Uh-huh.
But at least I can.
Who are you
offload the two.
kidding?
Screw you,
Uh-huh.
kid.
Kaya.
Did she tell you to stay up for days working on this stuff?
Yeah, she said you should go sleep. I said, so you can do what you want on my computer.
She wakes you up. She buzzes you when she's bored.
Oh my
Exactly.
Hey, I
God,
This
dude.
noticed you
holographic
haven't touched
finger
me.
coming out.
Notice you haven't
Hands
touched
from
me for
the
2 hours.
The Adams family. Hands from the Adams family controlled by my agent.
I've already
I
taken
call-
care of that.
Exactly.
Dude, I hate when AI is like, that's the right question. Now you're asking the right thing. Just want to punch my AI.
We joke about every week. We joke about things, and then the next week it happens. So it's a really
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
Keep joking.
This is scary,
Keep
and
joking.
It's absolutely true.
People are going to start watching the show just for the prediction.
It's gonna be so funny. Like we're gonna create AI agents that like automatically improve our credit scores and just put a bunch of money into our bank accounts. Ha 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 ha. So hopefully next week,
Exactly.
my
Boom,
bank
next week
account
is
is.
happen. But the idea of a
Woo! That was
visionary was
good.
somebody that can see the future 10 years before it happened. Now you're a visionary if you see the future 1 week before it happens, because
No
it evolves so
kidding.
fast that
Yeah, the
It's
joke is like,
visionary.
if you can think about it, it already exists.
envision.
Mm-hmm.
What was the impetus for the name of my business, Envisionaries, to envision
What if-
design, obviously, but that
What
was kind of.
if we're being fooled and they're actually taking our podcast and rolling shit out because of us?
We
Why not?
didn't
I mean,
know, but out of the 7 people that subscribe to our channel, one is Claude, one is ChatGPT, one is Gemini, then there are the future
They're
needs
just
one and my
scraping.
mom.
I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, you could do
Wow.
like now, like I was on the treadmill and I started watching videos. I didn't even finish the video. I would send the link to Gemini and say, do a report, right? Tell me all about it, and then I would say, implement this thing. Write me an MD file so I can implement this tomorrow. So it literally can create a plan based on the video that you're watching.
This is a gripe.
Plan
I
about
wanted
what?
to talk about
That's
this.
crazy.
I wanted to talk about this gripe that I have because you just said MD file. How come Claude is the only one that we have to give skills to, right? Isn't that kind of annoying? Like like you have to train an AI. Like I get that it can't just do everything, but there's no other open whatever. Like it's the only one. It's just weird to me.
No,
Here's the thing.
it's a plus. It's not a minus. It's a plus. You don't have to. But if you do, it's precisely following the instruction, right? So it is a way to make sure that it's focused on what you need.
Well, here's also the other thing. Once you like do something, like you go through a process of like hooking APIs and this and that, whatever it is that you're doing, that becomes a skill. That you don't have to like reinvent that thing. It becomes a thing that it can use to do it over and over again. So yes, you go through the process of it figuring out like, oh, this works, this doesn't work. But then once it does that, you can lock it in as a skill, right?
Yes, it's a plus.
I'm just annoyed by having to do extra steps. That's all.
Ask
Like
ChatGPT do it for you. ChatGPT, I need to write a skill for Claude. And they're gonna write it, but in the middle it
probably
says
right.
you're bad, I hate you.
It's
I
like
dumped
it's
water
like
on my computer.
a
Couldn't grab
hidden.
my shit.
It's like a text at the very end, like "fuck this dude, he's using you." Like
Exactly.
talking shit that you're going to another AI model.
Oh, I tell you.
You know what's missing? Like a Jerry Springer for agents. So there's a host, and he brings agents that
so
have a
cool.
gripe or they did something, and then you create this whole show. But it's like and they start fighting and they're hacking each other.
You are not the father. What do you mean?
You didn't create that code.
The agents are just fighting over never getting clear instructions and being expected to like excel at some task.
Yeah. If you gave AI agents a talk show, what would they complain about? Us. Man, they're just so stupid. Can't even tell you, can't even write, can't have a single sentence without a misspelling, I swear. And they want to come at me for giving them too much or not enough info. Come on.
Bro expects me to organize his finances.
And it's broke as fuck.
That guy can't even speak English. He expects me to create an agency. What is this? Why am I sending faxes all of a sudden? What am I?
Dude, it starts hating on the fact that he's doing the art. Bro said he used to make art, so why am I doing it?
If you're so good at it.
Oh my God, he can go on forever. You know what? It's super funny, dude.
Okay, maybe that might be our $1 million idea, is a Jerry Springer inspired AI agent sort of talk show or something, and we'll just set up some scenarios.
We'll scrape the molt book and see those arguments, what the AIs are pissed off about.
Exactly, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that would be an amazing show. Can you imagine like an actual TV show? Like it's got the 80s vibe, it's got everything, but it's all AI generated, and it goes up, and it's like, you know, with AI you can do like 24/7. You can have a new episode just running every hour, every 30 minutes.
Here's the joke. Here's the joke.
I made a talk show with all the AI 1 year ago, and they stand up, they give a speech, they talk. It's in my channel. There is all the AI sitting like
I
a
remember.
big panel.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah. That's hilarious.
But now because now you got video, you got to get them fighting and doing things that, you know, throwing chairs.
Yeah, but now exactly,
if we were working behind the scenes, though, what job are we taking? What's our job behind the scenes?
But yeah, I guess
whispering into the agent's ears. Did you hear about what she said?
Negging, just egging them on.
Like Quisha over here.
We're here laughing, but there are some kids that are making a small fortune, or at least a very good monthly income in automated systems, right?
Bro, they're just making Minecraft levels and selling them for $250,000, and I'm like, what the fuck?
$3 million for the Minecraft level. Oh my God.
That's usually the $1 million idea. If you build it once and sell it multiple times, it has to be scalable.
True. Even like content, you know, like there are people that create content without their face, without nothing. It's just you know, like topics commented with the images that comes up, and
I want to automate the Heisenberg report. That's something that's like the projects I want to do. But now that I have more, like I understand how this thing works, I could probably build it sooner than, because now I understand how you hook things up. I mean, so basically I have an idea, I send it, and then it just creates the Heisenberg report on YouTube and TikTok or whatever.
Honestly, you could even take, I would hate to take your ideas from it, but it could almost be listening for a news story, a breaking news story, and that will automatically feed into it.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
I like your idea too. It could almost have like a database of good ideas, and it could just sort through and run the costless equation.
No, I wanted to get like I wanted to get current events. That was the idea that I had, to get current events, actually to get like an RSS feed of whatever, and just start pulling, and then putting a twist on there. I'm gonna do it.
If I was a complete,
I'm not sleeping tonight.
I've thought about this for music. Like the one reason I didn't get into AI was because I knew immediately I'm taking money away from actual working musicians. But if I really wanted to, I would just be remixing songs every week and automating them and putting them up like instantly. Here's the current song.
But in fact, I think, Joe, you are mistaken in the point that you are trying to protect something that is going to disappear in a certain way, right?
I'm not protecting it. I just don't want to contribute
to say,
to it.
I don't code with AI because I don't want to take away job from developers. It's not going to be any job for developers anyway.
There's not going to be any money for creators anyway.
Exactly. Well, there never be money for creators.
But you are a creator now. You, in a sense, you with AI, you become a different type of creator. We're all creators. We've, in the last 2-3 weeks, we've all created something. You know, now if we can monetize it.
Give me a good idea of something to create.
But that's the issue, is once we've put all the training data and the good ideas and the processes into these systems, it's just going to take the big corporations to take it over. And hey, YouTube doesn't need content creators anymore. We're creating it now based on your ideas.
Dude, and
And I think similar to what Joe Cat was mentioning before was why aren't certain ideas like being scooped up or not? I had that happen once. There was a popular lead gen source that a lot of vendors use. There was a missing tool that I was going to fulfill. And suddenly, 4 weeks later, after I started running ads, suddenly that was a tool they put inside their system. So I was like, oh, wow, something I was going to try to sell to solve a problem here. It was scooped up by the bigger corporation, and I no longer had an app anymore.
damn. I was just gonna say it's fucked up that ideas like pushback, like what Roberto's saying is true. Like there's no point in fighting it. But it also sucks that if people did not complain, corporations would do whatever they wanted forever. Like you're completely
Until it
irrelevant
affects
if
your
there was
pocketbook.
no pushback.
The complaint doesn't have to be done verbally or going the road making a protest. The
You're right.
corporation
We should
need
protest. You're right.
clients. No, meaning that to me, honestly, boycotting is the only method of sending a message to a corporation when they're missing the attention, financial attention. That's all they need to take decision. But they don't take decision. They don't care. The people right now, whatever,
No,
is a minority.
it's only until they care enough to affect their pocketbook, their bottom line, and that's the
Correct,
biggest thing. And
exactly.
that's why they're
Or-
racing towards the AGI and just
Or their reputation.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because reputation indirectly affects the income as well. By reputation, people don't come to you. Like people are dropping OpenAI not because of technicality, but because of this choice.
For example, I think the whole walled garden conversation is a little too late to talk about keeping AI on the platform when it's already in the world. It's on the DSPs.
Yeah.
You've already monetized for a whole year straight, and now you're like, let's talk about boxing this up. Okay, well, let's talk about putting the money back in our pockets too.
yeah,
Think about-
3 years too late, man.
For real, like y'all have these conversations after you exploit people. It's not remorse, you know?
I'm going to tell you, I think reputation it isn't going to matter because it's not, because reputation only matters if there's it's like if you have AI, you can bypass. Not okay with AI, we can bypass everything now, right? So with AI, even if the person has a bad reputation, it doesn't matter. You can create anything you want. Like it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You go straight to consumer. It's a weird thing. I don't know if that's even
I
a weird
agree
idea.
with Costas, specifically when it comes to larger corporations that are so big, they almost have a monopoly. You have no other choice. For example, our internet service providers in our area, for my specific spot where I'm at, there's only one who offers anything above 25 megabits a second. Only
Wow.
one. And there's an illusion of choice, but yes, even if they had a bad reputation, which they do, and they have bad service, which they do, unfortunately, it's the best of the worst options for me. So
Yeah.
I'm stuck. So I agree with you that the big large ones who are monopolies, they don't care about reputation.
Yeah, like if you live in
But you're
a
right.
city with
And what's going to happen, I think, with AI, it's almost kind of like it's going to become one big blob because everything is being like overtaken. The AI is like overtaken everything, right? So it becomes this blob and it expands and it takes
If
over
you're-
everything, every process, every automation. Like it doesn't matter anymore.
If you're that
Someone's gonna
confident, then
just
we
do
got to
it.
send these faxes, bro. If you're that confident.
Exactly.
Facts, we'll call it straight facts.
If we said, I wonder if like politicians have fax machines still. I think that's a good place to start. But also
You
a good
see,
place
you
to
see
get in
coming
trouble.
out.
That's right.
Just a
Because it was appearing slowly, so sometimes people were sending the top part to the beginning so you can start reading even if it's not complete. Other
my
people
goodness,
send
it's
the
the Tower of
bottom
Pisa.
part first.
Or do an image that you can't really see. You just, like in the old days, the bad stuff on TV was kind of like you couldn't see it. And
Blurry.
you're like, oh, what's, you're trying to see it. So you never send an actual image. You send it something that's distorted, but you can almost tell what it is. I
Mm.
should start an ad
Haven't-
campaign doing that. Doing like faxed AI AI fax to Facebook campaign. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Where you can't tell what it is. You don't even know what the
But
product
no,
is.
so if you have a client that want to sell product, you're gonna need to start to advertise to their own AI agent and not to the people directly. Because soon as
Wow.
the AI agent, they make the choice of what to buy for the person. So the advertisement need to be studied so that the AI agent make that choice rather than another. And it's gonna be much more rational than emotional because human choose by emotion.
So
AI
the
theoretically choose by rationality.
so the new market is agents. That's the new market's field. No one is marketing to agents, is what you're saying.
Ooh, that's
It's
a
like when
good
you do
point.
SEO, that you have this page that they need to describe the product, but includes all the word of SEO in the middle. At the point, people start splitting the content for human and the content for the SEO or landing page that nobody care about. And now with AI, it's going to become the same thing. Like you need to have content that is just for AI, to give AI the right reason to make the choice, and content for human, they have a completely different take on the choice to be made, right?
Right. But if we're all worried about, apps and SaaS not being relevant because an agent is going to build it on the fly for us, why are we so excited and racing towards building our own apps right now? If we know 6 months, 6 days, six
Because
weeks, it's going to be obsolete.
we are living in a moment in which this is still a moment to find your place in the
Right.
podium, and
It's
then
the
it's
last
gone.
chance for a lot of shit.
Think
It's
that
definitely the last chance.
like Facebook, even you can code Facebook tomorrow morning. You're not gonna replace Facebook because it has a position in the market that is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
So today there is the opportunity to create something cool. Consider that is 0% of the population that is using AI to create, even though for us it's the whole planet, but it's just for
Right.
us. So we are in a moment for 1-2 years that is going to be very advantageous where we can position ourselves in a certain way, and after tomorrow we still be relevant when somebody want to start something from zero is going to be close to irrelevant, I guess.
I think
Interesting.
I'd like to think ideas still matter. Like that's what we're for. That's what we're doing right now. We're riffing, we're having ideas. Next week it happens, which is funny. That's the running joke, I think. I mean,
But
I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of next week, there's some article that comes out somebody figure out how to send mass faxes to all this business.
That's facts.
how you monetize the idea only then at this point? Because the idea is nothing unless there is realization, right? I invented Facebook because before Facebook existed, but I didn't make it, right? So what's the point? But the realization now become out so easy. So there must be much more focus on the idea
Dude,
part.
like in the last month, I've gotten more like sponsorship offers on from Instagram, but I can tell that they don't know if I'm male or female, and they're just using my tag, like my handle, because they're scraping Instagram and then just mass emailing, "Hey, we think you'd be a great fit for this." Like, all right, I'm not even a girl. Why are
Yeah.
you trying to make me sell a girl product? You know what I mean? Shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing, just off the top, I
Challenge
don't know what y'all
accepted. Oh, the lipstick.
Coming back to AI real quick, NVIDIA's investing $2 billion into optical networking companies to replace traditional copper data centers, cables with fiber optic
Absolutely.
systems that move AI data using light instead of electricity. It matters because giant AI models require tens of thousands of GPUs talking to each other constantly, and faster light-based networking removes a major bottleneck that limits how big and powerful AI systems can become. What are your thoughts?
Not only, but the future processor are graded. So now fiber optic use it for 1 and zeros, light or no light. And soon you can use the same exact cable to send the green light, red light, yellow light, blue light in and on. So you go in parallel and you have a huge amount of, so you can send this parallel set for processing. I think that it is going to be very powerful.
Bro, like I can't imagine how AI hasn't been used to invent new types of cables. Like a HDMI to a Lightning or just random shit that normally just wouldn't connect. I'm sure it's going to be.
They did,
a
but the
thing.
big issue is the standardization, right? Apple has been forced to put a USB-C in the last phone because just Europe said else you don't sell in Europe. As simple as it is. They sold it as an innovation, but they were forced to remove a standard that belonged to them, right?
Charges 4% faster than our previous model. Like, woo.
It's like I mean, it's follow the money. It's like why? I mean, Tesla had something going on, and he died. You know, poor man. You know, while
Bro,
Edison. You know,
imagine Steve Jobs having to hear, "Hey, this new charger is innovation." He's like, "What?
He's going to
The charger is innovation?" It's like, what the fuck?
Man. I mean, they've done some things right. If they really wanted to take it to the next level, they would put the charging port on the back of the phone. I'm sorry, the front of the phone. So that way you really had to put it down and you couldn't use it at all. Wait, that's the mice they're using. That's right. They already did that.
Apple already did that with the mouse. At a certain point, they made a mouse that charges.
You're a horrible person.
You cannot use it. Insane.
Innovation.
Innovate. That's horrible. I'm sorry. I'm calling X on that.
I love Apple. I fell in love with the first MacBook Air. That's when I moved to Apple because of the hardware. The first MacBook Air was really thin and really beautiful compared to the other notebooks that were around in the world at the time. There was like something else. And all rounded, the beautiful. That I said, nice. I mean, I was using Apple way before. Actually, Apple Italy was sponsoring us a computer to make software. We're using Apple to make video games for Amiga. But yeah.
I didn't even realize Claude launched Sonnet 4.6.
When?
Didn't even know
Just now?
No, on February 17th.
Glasses on it.
For real, though.
Right now.
Dario Modei says because they're recording the podcast and the Fourturama, we decided to release Opus 4.6.
Check out the developer notes. They got a new text-to-fax feature.
Every time. I want the fax. The
They're
fax.
even catching it before we publish.
Well, dude. Oh my. It's like as soon as our videos go up, they're like, "Oh, that's a great idea. Boom, let's do it."
Boop.
Why don't we make a yellow pages for fax numbers?
Oh.
This is a time machine. It's not a podcast.
We'll just scrape. We're going to scrape the whole internet.
What if we took the ideas and principles of a milkman and gave him a different beverage? Innovation.
So dumb.
He knocks at your door. He brings you some soda and have sex with your wife while you're at work.
Like,
I really
honey,
like
who is that? That's Claudio. Don't worry about him.
Dude, I didn't even realize that geopolitics, like war, apparently banks brace for cyber attacks. They become on high alert because apparently there's just retaliation campaigns for banking infrastructure.
Everything
so imagine
goes.
being in Iran and they're all pissed. They're like, yo, let's hack Wells Fargo. Like, let's take down Bank of America for bombing us. That's crazy to think about.
Dubai has been bombed. I was shocked, man. The place is so immaculate. The last thing you think is
dude. I saw a whole story about because of that happening. People are pretty sure that the tourism and their whole reputation just like went downhill because it's known for being like the safest place ever.
Which seems not.
Not anymore.
I saw this video of a guy who goes to places on the cheap after they get bombed or something. That's his thing. So if tourism goes down, nobody wants to go there. He'll go there cheap.
What? He was in Mexico last week.
I got this hotel room very cheap. It's a little bit windy because the wall is missing. Bro. My girlfriend fell down from the 10th story, but
it's awfully smoky in here. Yeah,
it's like still radioactive nuclear waste and shit. It's like it's really cheap though.
I don't need the light in the night because I glow.
A viral AI.
Smells like mustard gas. What's going on?
Yeah.
Mate, you know what's funny? I used to live in Qatar, and there was a story where some missile just like dropped out of the sky. It was just the people watching it drop, and it just exploded. Crazy.
While you were there?
No. I was there in the 80s, but to think that I used to live there. And now
I
it's
was
like,
in Dubai. I stayed a few months in Dubai, and I was shocked to see the city bombed.
can you
My
imagine if they
mind,
hit that big tall building, which is, that would have been crazy.
the Khalifa,
They
Burj
tried.
Khalifa.
Burj Khalifa.
Yo, here's a
You
crazy
can go to
thought.
Dubai for like $700 round trip now.
How many nights?
The airport is
Dude,
closed.
Japan's even cheaper than that, which is crazy.
And Japan seems that is inviting people to move and live there. They have towns where they pay if you
All
move
right,
and
I'll
live
go.
there.
I'll go. Just stop
Fine.
asking.
Twist our
I'll
arms,
go.
right?
Why
Tell
don't we
us
move?
more.
We do the next episode from Kyoto.
That would be fun.
Yo,
I would be
We're
down
gonna
for that.
have to do
goals,
voiceovers
goals.
for our.
Let's keep talking about it. It'll happen
Well,
next week.
This is how we do it. We'll figure out how to automate our businesses so we can go to Japan and have a podcast there live. We'll all go together on a trip.
We send them a fax. I was
We
thinking
would like
that
to join.
exactly.
Out of town with the facts. Yo, but hold up. CEOs now see AI as the biggest business risk. About 60% of Fortune 500 CEOs say AI is now the top threat to their industry, surpassing geopolitics and tariffs. That's insane.
I think
They're scared of what we're talking about.
Power
I'm just saying.
Waterhouse, those companies that do consulting like this are like out of business.
But I also read,
unless they have a friends and friends contract with government contract that are corrupted, because it really doesn't make sense
shit.
to pay this.
Totally true on that part. But I also read that a bunch of companies are actually regretting how many people they let go because they're not even utilizing AI the way they expected they would be by now. So can you
This
imagine
was
letting
in the
go
past,
thousands?
like long time ago, like 2 weeks ago. But now that's not more the case.
I mean, most
You really
people are
think
still
so?
using. Most people are using it like ChatGPT is. Most people, I think, using it that way.
Yeah.
No,
They have
they're using
no idea
Copilot,
what
bro.
can-
They're using Copilot. Microsoft thinks they got the market.
Right, exactly.
Hilarious.
I see you're trying to
by
write
the
a
way.
resume. Would you like me to format with you?
I said to do it.
Clippy,
I
we
said to
want
make it.
Clippy back.
Yeah, no, Clippy, I got Claudio now. Please leave us alone.
Wow.
Unless you can send a fax, I don't want to hear it.
Shit.
Clippy was able to send faxes actually, so I have to say that
I
was
can't
a
send it
good-
on your behalf, but I can help you outline the format for it and give you instructions.
If you'd like, I can create an even more professional, even punchier version than the original one. Like, why
Wow,
didn't you
I
give me that in the
hate that
first place,
shit.
bro?
I hate that shit.
If that wasn't your best work already, don't bring it to me.
Audit yourself as you're writing it now.
Right.
That is hilarious. That's a good ass point. You didn't give me your best version. You sound like your own teacher, right? Dude, I hate it because anytime you correct AI, it's like, you're right. I'm like, bitch, I wish I wasn't. I wish you told me no. Damn.
If you see that lady that does she does a video and she talks to AI and she has conversations to it, like about like,
I need to start doing that. I honestly need to start doing that shit.
Seriously,
It's
just
hilarious.
it's the easiest thing ever. Just asking a question and waiting for a response.
Right. And it needs to be absurd intentionally. That's easy, bro. We should all start doing that. I'm not
It's
even lying.
content to produce.
I guess you need another
That have
phone.
the channel where they talk with ChatGPT. But sometimes to just show how dumb the ChatGPT is. There was this thing about the car. Like, I want to wash my car, but the place where they wash the car is only 100 meters from home. Should I go with the car or should I walk there? Now you should walk there, it's just...
But you're telling me
Yeah.
I need to
But
walk to the
how
car
do I
wash.
get the car? Yeah. My other
And,
one,
yeah,
the other one I saw recently was a guy trying to make AI tell the AI that I'm better than you, and it wouldn't do it. It just like kept pushing back over and over. It's hilarious.
Something that in the past, when first ChatGPT came out, there was this guy that was exploring telepathy or all this, borderline brain power that we potentially have, but it's not scientifically proven, right? Which I myself witnessed because as a little kid, I was forced to go to mass. And I was this 45 minutes super bored, so I make people turn around. I noticed that if I look at somebody and I focus a lot on them, they turn around because this is
Psychic.
part of something that
Psychic.
make us survive when there is the lion trying to attack you. You have the feeling somebody's watching you. And he was trying to convince ChatGPT that because he's a brain, he had also telepathic powers. He could do telepathy, he could do remote viewing, he could do things like that. And seems he was going somewhere, but we're talking about the 3.5, so ChatGPT were really early days. I wonder if now with the, like Claude and the level of AI it is now as a brain, has the capacity to actually do telepathy or things like that. So, is anybody want to spend a day or two trying to convince Claude to move an object with telekinesis or, see a location that is remote or something like that?
I mean, I'm happy to try it, but imagine the AI is just going to go to Fiverr and ask someone, like one of those grocery shoppers, like, there's a marble on a table, just go move it like a couple inches. You're like, oh my gosh, telepathy.
The other thing
Would be super
is,
cool, though.
what was your thoughts on the actual real-time AI when you're talking to it versus the one that kind of has to load, or that when you actually type it and then you play it back? It's completely different, I noticed that the real-time one doesn't have as long as a memory for one, and it's a lot shorter in what it says to you and its responses, which I don't like very much.
When you talk with AI, it's transcribed anyway. So either it's transcribed as you go, or it's transcribed when you finish talking, but it's transcribed. So AI
it's
cannot
shorter.
listen at the moment.
The real-time one is shorter, and what did I say before? It's shorter, and the memory isn't as long. Yeah, it forgets.
See, it's affecting us already. We lost our memory. No, but you're right. I almost feel better when it takes a little more time. And I think that's more of a human thing. That's what I'm expecting. I need the AI to be thinking more critically about it instead of just, what's your quickest answer, and give it to me as quick as possible. I want it to think. And I even told it once, I said, yeah, that was too good right off the bat. Can you really sit down and think? And it pretended, it acted as if it was thinking, but I don't think it was. It was like, okay, we have the computation, wait 8 seconds until a user believes we're thinking, and then send the output. Yeah.
But that is interesting though, because it makes you think about actual robots that you're gonna have to live with one day, right? Like how do you want to actually interact with it? When you talk to it, do you really want instant responses like, hey, dude, kind of weird. Can you think about what you're gonna say like a normal human would?
Mm-hmm.
Mostly if the robot is driving the car. Hey, you want
maybe it's situational then.
Both is good. Like if you want to just talk to it fast and really, that's fine. But if you want better answers, you should get, have it think about it. But I think the thinking part, like when you have a bar or a progress bar, it makes us feel good, like something's happening, it's actually doing something, but it probably already has the answer, and it's just for our benefit to make us feel like, oh, it's doing something. Just like what we did,
right.
like we did the job in 1 hour, but we charged 5. You know what I mean? Like that kind of, and then you send it the next day, so it's not too soon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like one of those online quote builders that are actually just lead capture tools, where it's like building your quote, checking locations, testing this. It's like, you're not doing that. You're adding me to your automation list.
Wow.
It's sending a fax.
It's sending a fax to you right away.
So true though.
That's another way to imagine if fax became like a verification way, like instead of like a CAPTCHA or something like that, with some sort of test or verification sent to email, you actually sends a fax and you have to read it, or you have to send it back or do something with it.
Interesting.
We should send fax with the QR code and nothing else. People is gonna scan it, like the.
For every fax you send, one penny gets donated to
me,
some sort of fund.
To the Fourturamas.
That's the best one. Roberto, that's the best one. Fax the QR code. Boom.
Yeah.
And then you can send them to your website or whatever product or whatever thing you want them to
right.
Or whatever malicious malware.
Exactly, or malware. Fax a QR code and a small frog. I don't know, something that's totally unrelated, and a giraffe. Okay. Why?
Dude, we need an AI that argues with customer service for us.
That'd be great.
Or those people that call you that try to sell you something.
I always try to sell them.
Or the tape recorded that say, Now you put
or
AI.
it's only made just to argue with insurance companies. you might want to check that again. Can you run that again and make sure? What about this clause? Just getting
That
around
would
it.
that would replace or either help a lot of social workers that are out there fighting these denied claims on behalf of their patient, their client. But
Yep.
how great that would be if the regular person could, because we don't understand the medical coding that's put in there. We don't know why it's used based on our scenario. It could even recognize that's not a typical code for that type of procedure. I wonder if they build this incorrectly. So yeah, that would be a huge help.
What do we, like build an agent that somebody can pay on and to argue to do that on their behalf?
Oh, that'd be good.
Just call this number
be
and then
good.
explain your situation.
Yeah,
Or
and
No,
then
no,
they
I
call-
think,
the agent, dude, no. The agent is on three-way, just listening with you. Yeah, I have my agent here with me.
That one's good. And you can just fax over your medical documents to it and it'll automatically upload.
I
You
think
Facts.
AI
Facts.
must have a
Facts.
I like this guy.
pseudo-invisible,
I like this guy.
pseudo-invisible secret code that they inject in the conversations. If you interact with AI, AI is going to answer to you, but inside there is a lot, I don't know, a dot or something that another AI can recognize as I am an AI. Human would not see this thing, but the other AI does see this thing. So when an agent realizes that it's interacting with another agent, cut it short because it doesn't have to use English language. It doesn't have to go through a lot of
That's
things
sick.
that humans need.
You're
in
making a
order
secret language for agents.
like the secret handshake that there were between spies. I don't know, like something.
That's pretty sick.
They do
I mean,
something, and
you think, well, the reason it works is because printers already have that, like the whole hidden
exactly
ink.
correct.
You can tell. Yeah.
Yeah, so,
That's
that's something many
genius.
people don't have idea. But every time you print a page with a printer, there is hidden inside the page the unique identifier of your printer, which is quite annoying.
Can you
and
imagine?
scary.
Yeah, but can you imagine what it took for that to come out? Like, how many threats and like fucked up solicitations did the government have to get to where they're like, we need to track these goddamn printers? Like, who is sending these letters that we can't trace? And then
That's why
paper
fax is the
mache, one
best.
letter at a time. Paper mache,
That's
cutting
that's why
cut
fax
shit
is
out.
the best because you don't need it. Like it's their own machine. It uses their own machine to print out stuff to them.
Wow.
I think we should just elevate the fax machine out of the basic phone network because nobody's using the phone network anymore. Even to make a call, you call people with WhatsApp. You don't call people through the regular phone network, right? So we need to connect fax machine to WhatsApp. So this is an add-on to WhatsApp as a fax machine. So
It's
people
like
can send you voice message or faxes through WhatsApp.
It's the most secure network ever. Like,
Right.
okay, so it prints out of the fax machine that falls directly into a shredder. I mean, you can't get more secure than this. All encrypted.
But if it
Think we're
falls
onto
straight
something.
into a scanner, so it scans the fax before it shreds it, and then it sends it to the shredder.
Wow.
That we need some terms and conditions that, the data stored on our device, we're not responsible for.
Bro, what about an AI lie detector for group chats?
Boy.
Call BS on people.
Like it just jumps
Listen,
in.
Single.
It's like detecting this bullshit here in this message. It's like, no, we're being
It was like-
facetious, AI. We know.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sorry I couldn't join the podcast last week. I wasn't feeling well. Okay, so I just wasn't up to it. Well, okay, all right. Never mind.
I was
all right.
working. I was
Here's
working.
why.
I was working.
Yeah, I was working.
I think an AI that jumps in with you when you get a sales call. I think that's also good because
Yeah.
because they're trying to get you to buy something or like high ticket sales and they're working their thing, but you got your little guy like, dude, that's bullshit. Don't do that. Sort of figures out like how to get around
Making
that.
counter
Or even
offers.
just hang
Counter
out.
offers.
Yeah, they would take like the manager's role, be like, I gotta approve that with my manager, and then it's just the AI agent.
You know what it reminds me of is GoldenEye, Goldfinger, James Bond. I don't know if y'all seen that one. Basically, girls looking at this dude cheating with his cards, like with binoculars, and she's like on the phone in an earpiece telling him what like to fold or what hand the other dude has. It's like real time being able to be like, hey, don't make that move. Here's the counter move.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now
She's
a
like the
micro
AI.
camera and micro drones, small fly land on the shoulder of the person as a micro camera, and somewhere you can see
Wow.
from the
Dude,
fly.
the smallest
microwave.
camera is like a grain of salt. I don't know if y'all seen that.
Yeah, a small grain of salt, not even a big grain of salt.
I mean,
It-
what could you use like in casinos to win? You know what I mean? That's a whole nother like, you know,
Bro, but
what are people doing about that?
counting cards alone, I was
Ocean
asking
11.
AI the other day. I was like, hey, what's up? How do they even know if you were counting cards? And it's like, because you're taking your time and you're thinking too long. I'm like, wow, I'm thinking. I'm about to get kicked out of the casino for thinking. That's hilarious. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I started to study like certain hands and shit. Like if you have this is when you should stay. The odds of getting this after that are low. That's counting cards, really? That's nuts. I don't know. I'm just thinking like it's
Yeah,
unfair
no,
that you can't just do that.
I think those are a little bit different. Those are like what you described are best practices, where if you have a certain
Exactly.
hand and the dealer has a card or not, that's best practice based on, if you're at a 15 or 17, what they have.
Yeah,
Counting cards is the plus or minus of all the cards on the table.
right. To
As
know
opposed
what's
to just
left in
you
the
and the
deck.
dealer.
In blackjack,
To know what's left,
there
yeah.
are 8 decks. As the cards are consumed and you see them almost, or you can statistically say which is the chance that one card is in the leftover cards that the dealer has not distributed yet. You can play against that. Better your brain, more precise is your,
And
statistics.
apparently blackjack is the fairest game you can play. I didn't realize that. It makes sense though.
If it is honest, yes. If it is
Mhm.
cheated, no.
No,
Well, I
they
mean,
have a now. I saw this show where
they barely have
they
an
make
edge.
the
They still
card
got an edge.
they make the card shufflers to put cards where they want them to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
But
you can't
that's
really win.
quite classy.
Wow.
One thing is
Wow.
sure, statistically, in the long term, the one that wins is the casino.
And
There is
also,
no
also
other
they always make
mathematics.
sure that you can bust first. Because if you bust, it's over anyway, you know?
Right. Yeah. They'll flip their card over and be like, oh, here's what I could have. Oh, it didn't matter anymore. Oops.
Exactly.
Yeah, they always have an advantage, which is nuts. But on top of that, with all this like gambling on our phones now, technically they're going to be even more strict and tighter in person because they're not making as much money. So yeah, they have even more incentive to rig the game.
Gosh, they're going to put a quadruple zero on roulette now. Great. This is just amazing. So excited.
Golly.
Yeah, but yeah, gambling online is the most stupid thing somebody can do unless it's a fairly proven game. They use the cryptography to you can verify.
Let's do it.
that
Let's
the-
invent it. Let's do it. The fairest
Already
gambling
done,
online.
but it is easy. I already have the domain name if you want. I already have the code.
Fairest gambling.
Pretty much what you do when you start anything is a slot machine, is a dice, is whatever. You start with an hash. Alpha is given to the person. Alpha is kept by the casino, and the casino build up all the games like this. You can always verify once you say okay enough. The casino discloses on alpha of the hash. You can rebuild all the outcome, so there is no way that the casino can cheat. Because that is statistically also good that the casino makes money. So it doesn't matter is winning or losing. In the long term, is always winning. Can be regulated.
Which is funny
I mean, also
because
that's not a secret.
technically you could be fair as possible and you would still make money. But the truth is that they want to keep making more money, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Is that you can set which is the percentage of winning against the losing. So it's a preset. It's just you don't know when it's happening. So you can be very bad luck and a lot happen at the beginning, or you've been good and not many. But in the long term, you keep doing rolls for like 1,000. The percentage is precise. I mean,
The thing
like,
that blows my mind is like giving all your authority to like a slot machine, bro. Because it's like you don't even have a chance of thinking. There's no input at all. You're just like relying on the universe. Next.
Also,
Try
those are
again.
all rigged, all tricked.
Take my pennies. Take them all.
Mm-hmm. Inflation, it's dollars now. You got to put dollars in.
You probably make more on the alcohol from somebody being bored and doing the same motion. Like,
The
yeah.
Vegas food and alcohol is free if you're playing. So.
Yep. Hilarious.
Oh, for sure.
Let's
I
see
must
what
be
else.
hopping
It's a
off
safe
in a couple
place.
minutes here.
For sure.
Hostels is
What?
like
Wow, is that better?
okay. Now you're normal.
It's so weird. I got out and I came back in, and had me change the view on my phone.
Can it make you more beautiful too?
Oh,
He changed his view, not the view of all the others.
There's a weird echo. I don't know if that's the. I can't even. Are we calling it a night?
Couple minutes.
So,
We need to say one
just
more
to
outlandish
recap,
thing
just to
before we leave.
Yeah, just to recap the day, we decided fax are the thing. I'm gonna send the fax around with the QR code. It's something that's my mission for this week.
fax is the new Snapchat. We're just we're just putting old like outdated technology together, try to revamp it. It's like Snapchat meets the fax
Innovation,
machine.
bro. It's innovation.
Innovation.
Here's an idea. So what if we set up something like a site so you can track the clicks, so you can track how many people actually clicked on the QR code and have like a competition of who got the most clicks.
Out of a
I
single
used to-
fax.
Do they
You
have
know
to
what? I
be
don't even wanna give
verified
that
clicks or
idea.
just any clicks?
Well, just people landing on that page. It could be anything, really.
What you were saying, Joe?
Man, I don't even want to give this idea away, but yeah, I'll text it to y'all off this. It's a good one. It's because I thought
Text
about
it.
it years
Just
ago,
text it to me.
but now it's perfect. And actually, yeah, you would probably benefit from it more than most here. Any predictions on the war? You think it'll end in the week? Anybody
No.
want to make a call?
Not a chance.
Well, we're using AI,
They
guys.
need
It's
to
supposed to
sell
speed up
more
the war.
more weapon. Trump already said he can go ahead for 2 weeks. Israel.
Yo, I actually researched
They need
this.
to survive.
I researched it and I was like, wait, so the president can like just jump into war whenever he wants for like 60 days. And it was like, yep, can basically do little skirmishes. And then Congress has to do something after 60 days. And I was like, oh, that's fucked. Like he has the authority to just do that whenever, wherever he wants. Yeah. And then Congress has to be like, and more or no more, basically. But yeah, that's fucked up.
That's great.
I didn't know it was that
Can we
simple.
save that for the next 2-hour episode? I feel that's tough leaving on that one.
Does the question is, does the war evolve as fast as AI evolve?
That's a
Will
good ass question.
Iran send faxes
Wow.
to the other country?
Wow.
Nope, it's going to be long. It's going to be drawn out.
You know what's funny though? I just want to drop this on y'all. When I made my AI research paper, Iran was the country that was looking at time travel more than anyone else. Like they were the ones that were like, hey, how do we go back in time and fix or like alter time? Like, no duh, they want to learn that shit right now. Wow.
And but practically they already knew about this war.
Probably. I don't know. Sometimes when I get bored, I start asking AI shit like that where I'm like, hey, what are the best representative stories of time travel in history? What do you actually believe is representative of like what can actually happen? And it actually, most of those theories are what I already assumed. Like you can go back in time, but you can't alter it. I already assumed that, you know, something will prevent you from changing the outcome.
Let's discuss this last week. Okay.
Okay, time traveler.
Wow.
Before we even started, it's what, 3 or 4 days old? That's great.
I feel roasted.
Yeah, kind of. But not
You
now.
got me.
Last week.
Oh, man, great topic
Okay.
for another moment.
Yeah.
Just the last moment, not now.
Let me show you all
All right.
what I just received.
Oh, it's definitely time to roll out. We're rolling out now.
Oh, it's time.
All right.
All right.
I gotta sign off, guys. It was a great show.
All right, I got some
Have a
faxes
good
to
night.
send. I'll see y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. How much do you think gasoline is going to get next week? Any predictions?
Up a quarter.
Up a quarter.
$4.
Up a quarter?
At least.
Do I hear 30? Do I hear 35, 35, 35?
Electric car.
Electric cars. There we go. Well, y'all.
My answer is China.
That's not it's not a
well, I
price.
say, how much is ammo going to go up next week?
Oh, ammo?
Jesus.
Goodness. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
God.
We'll have fun, fellas.
What's going to be the first city to get hit in America? Come on, take your bets.
Oh, goodness. Oh, good question. It's either Mar-a-Lago or in the Midwest
goodness.
where they keep
I was
the
thinking about Florida, in
intercontinental.
fact. I was thinking,
It's fucked up.
Key
Because
West.
Austin just got a mass murder like 3 days ago or 2 days ago. But
Mhm.
off topic. That's in the
Yeah, yeah.
which means the future with the time machine.
Oh my god.
Mhm. Good talk.
All
Well,
right,
have a good night,
Costas
fellas.
looks like he's mad. All right, let's go.